This morning is how to balance employment and side hustles, and George Munga is here with us to help us with this conversation. Once again, George is a finance analyst and a managing partner at AMG Consulting Group, and as I had promised to interact with us on our socials, we'll be sure to read your feedback and questions if you do have for George here. That is on X at TV47 News KE. Any concerns you have, surrounding how to balance that employment that you have, and of course, if you want to start a side hustle as well. And there is a number on your screen, or there will be a number on your screen very shortly. Do call in if, of course, you still have a question for George as well. And just before we went on that very short break, you're talking about delegation, and there is a question that came in for you, that is it safe, if you have a side hustle, you have your career, is it safe to delegate that side hustle for somebody else to run it without losing your record and also guaranteed income coming in still intact, just assuming you are still running your business without a delegation? And how do you now control it without losing that quality, quality of touch in that side hustle?
I think I would answer that question by saying that when you start a side hustle, the goal should be to move that side hustle from just being a side hustle to a fully fledged business. If you move it to that, then number one, you create structures. When you create structures, then a business can run with or without you. You only become an entrepreneur if your business or your establishment can run whether you are there or not. If your business still requires your personal input, your personal touch, then it still remains a side hustle or a self-employment enterprise, not necessarily a business. So the goal for any person who is starting a side hustle is to transition it within 1 year or two into a business enterprise. Once it becomes that, then it can run without your personal touch. And that is the phase where now companies start to grow. How do you minimize loss of touch? Number one is the most critical aspect of any business is the money side. So ensure that you get a good accountant in your enterprise who can, on a daily basis, tells you that this is the amount of money that this business is spending, and this is the amount of money that this business is earning. And at the end of the day, when it tells you that, go and confirm in your bank statement if did that money come, or at the end of the month, did that money come or not, so that at the end of the day, you always have a bird's eye view of your finances. The rest of the teams can be there and doing the day-to-day, but the finances is very close to. So take home is ensure that you have proper structures in your business that can sustain that business with or without your personal touch.
Talk to us about safest funding models for side hustles, because you talked about sometimes you're in employment, you have a side hustle, and you have to dig into that salary that you're getting just to try and fund this side hustle of yours. But what are the safest funding models that prevent an employee from going into debt and of course just destabilizing how their family operations work, because now they have to take some money from the usual income to this side hustle?
And remember, I gave you the analogy of somebody wants to go to the coast and they have an option of either taking an air ticket or using a bus or SGR. Sometimes if you don't have money, you'll go with the SGR, which is 1,500, is it? As opposed to a KQ ticket, which is 18,000. So that is where now integrity or diligence comes in. If I know that my business will require a capital of, say, $1 million shillings in a year from today, and how do I raise that $1 million shillings? If I give a plan of, say, 2 or 3 years to raise $1 million shillings, that I start from the 100,000 shillings that I have today and build it from my savings until I reach the $1 million shillings, then I start my business. Sometimes, if you want to start, say, a manufacturing company, you can start from trading. I'll give you an example, and I'll not mention names because these are live cases. There's a client of mine who is doing maize milling currently, a very big maize miller in this country. What they were doing before they went into milling is they were employed at Munga flour mills as a salesperson. What they did is they were able to put in savings together year in, year out to start now a distributorship business for still Unga, meaning now they have transitioned from being employed by Unga to now a distributor of Unga, so that they get a commission out of that. Through that, they get experience. And from now, the distributorship, they started the milling now themselves, is it? So you can see the transition. But this guy knew that at the end of the day, I want to do a mill. I want to be a miller, just the same way as Unga is doing it. But because I don't have the 3, 4, 5 billion to start the milling company, I must start somewhere. How about I start from distributorship? You know, for distributorship, the only thing I need is trucks, is it? Maybe for 5, 6 million shillings, is it? And I can distribute this company's product all around. And then from the distribution, now because I have the knowledge, I have the experience, I have the clients, because now I know the clients, is it? Yeah. I can go and approach a lender to give me money to set up the milling. So the roadmap is you must start from somewhere, and in most cases you start from your savings, and from your savings you start building something. As you build, you see capital goes towards structures. As you build, when somebody has seen that you have structures and you have something that you can put pen to paper to, then they'll be able to give you money to support the dream that you that you have. So start small and then grow as you progress.
Talk to us now about time management as well, George.